Well, I thought that our guys did a really nice job, particularly in that second half of guarding that team. I mean, Denver is a very, very good basketball team that is well coached. We held them 27% in that second half, and ended up shooting 39% overall for the game versus 50% in the first half. So one of our things in that locker room that we talked about was we need to come out and set the tempo right away in that second half, and it's got to be done on that defensive end and from that rebounding standpoint. And I think that's where we've been talking about a lot more, that we need to clean up in order to become a complete basketball team. Offensively, I don't worry too much about our guys. We have enough guys that can score the basketball, but I was just really proud of their effort in being able to close out a very good team.
What was the issue in the second? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of pressure. They bring it throughout the game, but they really turned it up there in the second half. What were the problems? Why were the guys having so much trouble with it?
Well, for some reason, I mean, when you're looking at Trey out there, 5'9", and then they got a 6'8" kid on the front of that press, it will distract a smaller guy without any question. But we got to do a better job. I thought that was the one poor thing that we did in the game, and it was discussed afterwards, was that we got to take care of the basketball. It doesn't matter. And I thought it became a point to where we started becoming non-aggressive, almost like we were trying not to lose the game. And you got to continue to put pressure on those guys and make pushes and get easy layups and get to the basket and get fouls and get to the free throw line, so then the game is completely closed out. But for whatever reason, their length definitely bothered our backcourt. We'll get that cleaned up before we play them next time.
What did you see as the biggest defensive focal point for you guys?
Well, I think it helped that we played Air Force this year already, and they run a lot of that same Princeton stuff. And we got guys this year that take man-to-man to heart. They want to be really good at it. It's just that we got to continue to teach them. And they just dug in. They did not want this thing to slip out of their hands. They knew they were in pretty good control in that second half. And during every timeout, we discussed to defend and rebound and make an emphasis of it. And they just did a really good job, and I thought we rotated some guys in there, matchup-wise, that would give some of their kids some issues.
We've seen you guys grind things out like this. I mean, you look at Utah Valley, Northridge, and now this game. I mean, that says a lot about your team to have that ability to do that. I mean, those all pretty good teams that they've been able to come through, and part of it's being at home, like you mentioned last week, but just kind of showing that resilience, even in the face of some of that adversity they faced late.
It is. I mean, being home helps a lot, and having our fans here, and these two big old ugly guys that are about to sit next to me, it's great. I tell you, we're excited to be home, but that's a good team, and that was a great win for us to get off to a nice start. But we're not done yet. We got two very tough teams coming up in IUPUI and Fort Wayne, and we'll be ready for them. But I tell you, our assistants have done an incredible job with scouting report, and they help me prepare these guys for these games and these battles. And so hats off to those guys. They've done a great job. And but at the end of the day, I've always said players are the ones that make the plays. They're the ones that control that game. And they did a nice job of closing it out. I wish it was more. I wish it was 10 or 12 points so I didn't get so many gray hairs and don't ever have a heart attack. But I like it. I think the excitement is fun. I don't mind close games as long as you win them.
What did you think of Trevor, especially in the first half? I mean, he had 16 by half.
Well, right away, before we came out, he knows this. It was an emphasis to pound that ball inside to Trevor and Flack and Eric Robertson and whoever was playing that 4 and 5. And we got some mismatches because everything that they did, they switched. And so we thought perfect. We worked on it all week on execution in a half court because we're going to have some patience to beat a patient basketball team. And we were getting guys that were 6'2", 6'3" down there guarding Trevor. And he got great low post position and went to work and scored and did a really nice job. They made an adjustment second half by putting Udofi in there and not chasing guys out to the corner like they were in the first half. And so he's got to just continue to get in there and battle. But I thought Trevor had a great game, and 10 rebounds is something that I expect out of him all the time. And he's a senior. It's time to step up and make those plays. But he was very good tonight.
Talk a little bit about, I guess, just the efficiency of your offense tonight. 37 shots and make 21 of them.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
sharp.
you know, we put in quite a bit of stuff this year, and as far as our offense goes, and we got a ton of different sets trying to get certain guys the ball. Our game plan was to push the ball in transition and see if we can get anything easy, and if we couldn't, then we knew that we could not make a one-pass shot type deal. That's not how you're able to beat a team like this, because they will wear you out defensively. Bad shots, turnovers is what we call it. Bad shot turns into turnovers, and they come down and wear you out again. So our job tonight was we wanted to wear them out, get the easy shots, and it turned out to be pretty good. I mean, we shot it well, 56% from the field. I'd love to bottle that up and keep that for every game.
Anything else for Coach? One or two more?
I'm good.
No, that's good.
All right. Love these guys. Now be good to them. Way to work.
I know.
We're roommates. We get enough of each other.
I know. I'm sure you do. Go for it.
All right, when ready.
Trevor, I mean, I know this is the first conference game, but considering who it was and the way you won, it has to feel especially sweet tonight, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was your preseason 7-2 matchup right there. You know, we have that in the back of our minds. You know, I don't know if they come in here with our last couple years. You know, we don't have a lot of respect in the league, and rightfully so. I mean, we didn't win very many games, but I think we're a different team this year. Better defensively. We were pretty efficient tonight on offense. We knew what they were doing coming in, and like Coach James mentioned, our coaching staff put together a great scouting report on these guys, and we had a full week to prepare for them, so that's kind of nice, you know, that we didn't have a Thursday game, so we had to focus on them all week, and I don't know if that was the difference maker, but I thought we played a great game today. Made it a little bit too interesting at the end there for our liking, but Coach can get a couple extra gray hairs for us, that's all right.
What's that do for the morale, the tone of going into conference play, gutting out a win like that against that particular team?
Oh, I mean, that's huge. You know, we got a couple new guys on the team. You know, this is conference play. I mean, that always gets the parentheses by itself in the newspaper. You know, your conference record and stuff. So it's kind of a different season, but you know, it's great to come out 1-0. That's big for us. We got to protect home court. Home court in this league is huge. You got to win at home, and then hopefully you get some wins on the road. And then you just roll the dice in the Summer League tournament, you know. But no, it's a great win for our team. You know, that helps all the guys. You know, we lost a couple bad ones over Christmas break, and now we're on a 3-game win streak. So, you know, get that record back to 500 and keep protecting home court.
Brandon, just the fact that you've taken another step away from that 6-game losing streak, which I'm sure you're sick of us asking. But I mean, it has to feel pretty good that that doesn't define your season anymore. You stepped away from it.
Yeah, anytime you can get a winning streak going, I think it gives our guys a lot of confidence going forward. You know, the last 2 games, like Northridge was a very good team, Iowa Wesleyan, you know, not quite as good, but this was a very good team. It was, and obviously conference games are crucial. So it was a great win for us. You know, 3-game winning streak going into Thursday's game is going to be great because our guys will have more confidence going into it. And obviously, forget about the past. We try not to talk about that too much. Love that you guys keep bringing it up.
That's what we do. So, Brandon, just talk to you about just the end. I mean, like Trevor mentioned, things got a little more interesting than I'm sure you or Coach James would have preferred there. But what happened? How were they able to get you out of sorts the way that you were? Because it looked like you guys were having a lot of difficulty handling that pressure that they were bringing at you.
Yeah, they did a good job of trapping us right sort of at the half-court area. And they were once we got up there, they were taking away our pass back to the other guard. And they were doing a good job of sort of clogging up the middle too. And I mean, they were down, so they had nothing to lose. Basically, they were just flying at us and playing really aggressive D. They got some calls, and they were able to make it a game. But at least we were able to pull it out and finish it. But we'll definitely look at that moving forward and learn from it so that we can close out games better and not have it so close.
You look at Utah Valley, Northridge now, that's all very similar in the way that you guys had to really grind it out, so to speak. So just That's got to feel good knowing that you guys have been able to do that when put in a situation at home.
And looking at the stats here, we actually outscored them in the second half. So we finally won a second half after being up, which is what we need to do. So that's a good plus for us, and we're finally learning how to play in the second half.
And it looked like with the way they shot the ball, even in the second half, you guys limited that second chance. I mean, they were getting some opportunities, but you were doing a good enough job defensively to prevent them from getting those easy buckets.
Yeah, they missed some shots for sure that they normally probably make, but we did a good job of rebounding and just sort of getting it to our guards and controlling the tempo and closing the game out.
Trevor, how about, like Mick said earlier, offensively when you can shoot 57%?
Oh, yeah, that's huge. I don't know if we've statistically done that all year. That's great when you look at the stat sheet and you can go 21 for 37. Probably like to get a few more shots, but with these guys, they're kind of like Western Illinois, another conference foe. They like to slow it down, make it a slow-paced game. That's why they sit in that, that kind of laid-back press, which gave us problems at the end. But, that's slowing them down. But, we got stops. We won the game on stops. They only shot 39% from the field, which isn't great, but you like to keep them in the 30s or lower, so that's good. I thought we did really well defensively, and we just got the stops, like Brandon said, in the second half that we sometimes struggled to get here at home. That's good to see. That gives, like Brandon also mentioned, our guys confidence. We can close out those close games, and it's definitely going to come back. There's going to be a lot more close games in this conference down the road too. So.
Trevor, was it tough keeping your focus this week with all the cool stuff at the farm show?
Yeah, Dad came down. We walked around. Mom and Dad both came down. We walked around. We looked at some cattle chutes. We got to get a new cattle chute. But
I was pretty upset personally.
Brandon
couldn't
was
get on the court. So.
Brandon was having a fit about the farmers. He doesn't understand. It's a great event. I don't know why everybody hates on it.